enjoyed that storytelling so much, I thought I'd do another one. Once upon a time, in a land far away, where night ruled, and away was the light of day, it was a terrible, terrible night, full of terror and noise, and a finger pointed across the room, from left to right, poised. That night, a lion, or so he said, was actually a giant rat. And to be honest, I can't call him Dad, I'd rather call him Pratt. He wasn't happy with my mother's gravy. Oh, he was so mad that he chucked his plate of food up the wall and sent my mother bad. She shouted and screamed, as she always did, and my poor father sat down, looking at the football screen, wearing a grumpy frown. What a horrible sight to see. A lion and a bull at war. And I wonder what that poor dragon did, the son that is, and all the things he saw. In a land far away, in a red brick house, with a car parked outside. He was a very shy boy. He had no self-pride. He had terrible allergies to the world, and was always quite sickly. And his mother, well, her mood was always prickly. A bottle of the French brandy was always on the shelf, but it always went down so quick. I'm sure we had a house elf, far away in the land of Nod, after the lion had carried the son up the wooden planks. He realised he was at the bottom of the pile, amongst his family ranks. Once upon a time, in a land far away, a kind queen did live. Queen Dora Maud Mary Mills, who did forgive. She was the pillar of stability in a breaking house that had no food in it, or a bedroom for the lowly mouse. The thing was, he wasn't a mouse, he was a dragon, and that is true. And the only thing that his parents did not like, he could see straight through. He saw everything and learned so much that his emotions really did get in touch. Once upon a time, land far away, the queen saved him so. Little Tommy, the budgie, on the pole, in the corner of a room that was a home away from the house, and love lived there, it's true. made him hot chocolate in a purple martini glass. And things like that you never forget. But sorry, I do digress. The Queen was safe, secure and true, unlike the other two. Once upon a time in a land far away, there was a magical wood, and even if the boy had been good, he was not allowed to go. Oh, mother, mother, please take me to the magical woods today. Her answer would always bring regret and ultimate dismay. But the Queen, who lived far away, knew the sound of his voice, and she took him to the woods again and again, and he really did rejoice. What a wonderful queen she was, it's true. But the princess was most horrid, with not the queen's face, but her father's forehead. Once upon a time in a land far away, the queen cried in her hands that she couldn't understand the princess's life and her strange demands. All she cared for was bad men, who would come one by one, again and again. The queen had only loved once, or maybe twice, but the milkman was just a thought of spice. But the princess, well, she could not find a suitor suited to her needs, her demands, and her deranged thought. She would always reprimand. No suitor could do any right. Not one was true to her. But the thing is, destruction is what she did prefer. One day, in a land far away, the queen got slowly old, and it was very easy for the princess to make her very old. She was young at heart and young in eye, but sad toward the end, because upon her princess her happiness did depend. The queen had cared so true and loving that no one could surpass. But the princess's love really bit the ass. The princess cared, but could not really, as it was her life, not hers. And then one day, she realized what she preferred. She preferred a suitor who met her needs, and sat downstairs with him while she was taking her last breaths and dribbling on her chin. But a poet went and sat with her and told her she was fine, and if she wanted to leave the world behind, then she could, and her mother would wait. The great Queen Mother up in the sky came down as she did die, and with the last ounce of breath made a gorgeous sigh. She had been so weak she could not speak, or even bear to move. But she looked up into the sky and called her mum, and failed with a sigh. The princess cried, for she had wasted time, and went back downstairs with her suitor, and the poet brushed the queen's hair and made her perfect for the last time before she joined the stars to stare. The princess cried and cried and cried. She did not want them to take the queen away, and said she would rather have her stuffed than see her leave away. What a strange thing for a princess to say. She would like the queen stuffed. What a strange thing is true. I think she needed her mind buffed. Her suitor was not kind to her, or taking care at all, but taking time away while the queen did fall. Oh, the queen. The queen was so beautiful, loving and very true. But the same cannot be said about the princess, it's true. What another lovely little story. I wish I could write fiction. I have tried, I can't. So I stick to factual.